Hey there, survivors. Cougar here, back with more Manor Lords, picking up right where we left off at the end of the last episode, in which we had just started up our second settlement here in Eikenau. And as the first settlement faces impending starvation back here in Imareth. And we just got to be patient with these guys. Hopefully, these three wheat fields are going to be harvested before winter and turned into bread that'll get this settlement through the winter. At which point, I don't know. I guess we just keep feeding them bread and water until we can figure out what else to do. We are importing food back there, but we can only afford so much. And the rest of our harvesting and so on isn't really cutting it as far as feeding that large settlement. With I think there are more than 100 people in that other settlement. Here in our new settlement, though, 15 people, 5 families, 2 of which are not assigned to any duties right now. We do have 2 families assigned to work the logging camp, so I'm going to take 1 family off there so that we can put a family on the hunting camp, start bringing in some meat. And again, reminder: this animal deposit, as it were, is rich, so there are twice as many animals back in here as there would normally be. So they should be able to get lots of meat out of here to not only feed this settlement, but perhaps trade with the other settlement to, help them get get some food in their bellies for a change, something other than bread. Just looking for, trying to remember where we built our forager hut. There it is, and we'll get somebody back in here harvesting berries. And reminder, I do have a perk that doubles the amount of berries back in here. Really, that's been my main struggle with this city builder so far, is just keeping people fed. So here's our first hunter coming out here to. Apparently, he just immediately hunted a stag, and the other ones don't mind so much. Now he's dragging the body back to do some harvesting. Yeah, everything has been pretty straightforward in terms of city building and combat so far. It's just keeping everybody fed that's the problem, and that's mostly due to the fact that I grew too quickly back over here, back in Imareth, and didn't have enough infrastructure to support this rather large settlement. Food infrastructure, mainly. So let's take a look around our new region. What else should we be doing here? We've got a clay deposit here, but we've got clay back in the first settlement, back in Imareth, and a good-sized iron deposit, but we've got a rich iron deposit back in Imareth that has more than 1,000 iron in it. Yes, Imareth is running out of food. I know that. They're starving, and we don't have the money to import more food, and we just are hoping that at least one of these fields gets harvested super fast. This field is at 94% growth. So, hopefully that field is harvested and ground into flour and then cooked at the communal oven into bread in time to keep too many people from starving to death over here. Oh, dear. Dear, dear, dear. But speaking of deer, yes, we should be getting lots of nice deer. Let's actually check in on our hunting camp and watch them gut and skin the deer that they've brought in so far. Look how amazingly realistic this game is. So cool. Gosh, I just love it. Yeah, I'm not a hunter. I don't kill things if I don't have to. So yeah, it's not a thing for me, but it's cool to watch our survivors, our settlers do it in such a beautiful, artistic, detailed, and realistic way. Nice. So what else should we be doing back over here? I guess we should start thinking about trading next. As I mentioned, we should be bringing in a lot of meat that we can send over to Imareth, and we should be bringing in, well, we'll have plenty of berries in both places, hopefully. Oh, you know what I never did is we do have one burgage plot here to which I never assigned a backyard work. So let's give them some vegetables to grow. We'll give them a vegetable garden. Not a large one, but it's better than nothing. We'll get some carrots and cabbage coming out of here. The food here is doing okay. We've got 3 meat already from our new hunter camp. 1 berries coming in. We've used up all the bread that we brought with us. There's no bread left. We do have some eggs and no veggies yet. They haven't grown. These patches are still too new back here. Yep, radishes or carrots, looks like. And cabbages or lettuce. So, trading post so that we can hopefully produce a food surplus here, even though my other town should have been the one with the surplus. So, construction, trading, and a trading post. Okay. And where will that go? This takes up a relatively large amount of space. It's not going to fit in here. I guess it's going to be on the outskirts of town. That's fine. Doop, 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 doop. As long as we don't have to cut down any or uproot any trees to do it. Yeah, I think I can snug this right up against the other one without worrying about cutting stuff off. Cutting off access to this back area here, because we have room to run a road through here. Up next, why don't we do that now so we don't forget and cut ourselves off. And I'm hoping that there'll be enough room for the road. Yeah, just barely. Good. Okay, so that's done. And now we only have 1 unassigned family here in Eichenau, so they will not. This will not be going up very quickly, but there's no rush. They can take their time doing this. Let's check back in on. I keep forgetting the name. Oh wait, this is Imareth, right? This is Eichenau. Okay. Let's check back in on Imareth and see how we're just gonna basically stare at the wheat fields, because as soon as they start getting harvested, well, what happens is the wheat will be harvested, and then they'll thresh it into grain at these farmhouses. And then the grain will be sent over to the windmill to be ground into flour. So the windmill's not operating right now because we have no grain to grind. So we'll just keep an eye on our dudes. I think that's yeah, see, we can't get a name or anything off him. He's just a wandering salesman. He's a trader who's off doing some trading, or here doing some trading. Hopefully importing some food. We have no regional wealth in this area because we're importing so much food. We can take a look at the trading. We haven't actually looked at the trading yet. So go to the trade tab, and how it works is you set the desired surplus. So I want to keep 50 stone in this settlement and sell anything more than 50. And I want to keep 30 planks and sell anything more. So we have a large surplus of planks right now. Actually, I should probably jump that up a little bit. Let's make it 40. We have a large surplus of planks. So as soon as the traders get around to it, they'll start trading those for money, which we will then use to import food. So all this food is set to import. Except, yeah, well, this is, but we haven't actually, you have to pay regional wealth to open a trading route. And I've now got some kind of perk that makes all of these trading routes only cost 25 regional wealth. Versus, I mean, they can go up into the hundreds, 300 or so, without this perk that I've got here. Which means that I might be able to actually open up some trading routes that I hadn't been using before, like leather. We don't need this much leather, and now that I can afford, this was one of the trading routes that did cost like 300 and something to open the trading route, but now that I've got the perk, I can establish the trading route for only 25. We only had 35 or so of regional wealth. Now we're down to 8 regional wealth, which is nothing. Oh yeah, I've got to get a charcoal kiln up and running, but that has to be unlocked, and I'm not sure how. So let's have a quick look at that. That is probably one of the industries. No. Apologies again. I'm still learning where all this stuff is. Here it is, and this development branches required. Okay, so that's something that you'd get up here at the probably from the development. Yeah, it's a development unlock here. I'm not even sure where it would be, but we don't have a point right now, so it doesn't even matter. All right, so forget it. We'll deal with that when we have a point to spend. Whoa, inside someone's house. Sorry, I didn't have a warrant. I did not mean to barge in. Apologies. So let's check in on the field that's about to be ready for harvest. This is now at 97% growth. Good. And then these other two, it's already June, and these guys are not even at 50% growth. So 35% growth. So I don't know if these fields, this one, and then there's another one over here, which is probably at about the same, 35-ish, 40. So I don't even know if they're going to be harvestable this year. They may have to sit over the winter, and then we harvest them next year when they finally are ready for harvest. Goodness gracious, I'm sorry I made you all so hungry. So very, very hungry. I hear tummies grumbling all over town. Food-wise, we've got 2 meat from our hunter's camp over here, 2 vegetables, 11 berries, that's good, no bread because we have no wheat, and 1 eggs. I just need to check my tanner's hut here because I might have taken the worker off it because we needed workers elsewhere. No, I do. I have somebody working the tannery. I have a family working the tannery, so good. Construction finished of the trading post. Okay, let's go back over to Eichenau and have a look at the trading post and see if there's any trading we can set up now. Because what we might want to be doing is trading, for example, meat, because we've got we've got bonus meat here. So might want to trade meat for bread. I've never traded between settlements before. I thought there was a way to send stuff to other settlements, but it's a barter system. I would have to send them something to get something. But this settlement is so new still that they don't really have any surplus food to spare. They're not going to be making any bread here because they don't have any farms. The soil is not good around here. Maybe we should start, I'd say start another farm over in Imarith. But we don't really have any more families to put down. And if I bring in more families to work the land, that's more mouths to feed. What I should do is probably take families off of stuff like the smithy. Although selling the tools that we make at the smithy is providing us with the regional wealth that we need to buy food. So I don't know if that's a good idea or not. And you know what? I gotta check we do have someone working at the bloomery, but I should check the mine itself, which is over here. Make sure that I do have someone working there. Okay, because sometimes I'll take people off of these mines and gathering and stuff if it's not gonna make sense. See, they've still got 125 berries to pick, which means I should probably assign more people here. But I don't have anyone to assign. That's the problem. All right, we were in the process of looking at the trading here in Imarith. So let's go back to that. Although this should be almost ready now. 99% crop growth. All right, so we'll rotate around, look at the back of the trading hut, and keep an eye on that field over there. And hopefully, as soon as they start heading over there to harvest, I'll put somebody in the mill to grind it up into flour. And then we're gonna have to put somebody on the ovens too. Oh dear, 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 dear. I messed up this settlement quite badly. quite badly. See, I should be bringing in lots of money from the export of these planks. It's just not happening. I do have people assigned here. They're just not really doing much. See, there's one trader off there. Kunrad is off trading. And then 2 people work in the market stall or delivering stuff to the market stall to be sold. I guess I should put, here's the problem. I need more people. I could get more people. I have a very high approval rating here at this settlement, but I can't feed the people that I need to bring in. So I'm not sure what to do. There's a little bit of meat in the trading post. Why is there meat in the trading post? Oh, because I imported meat. So a trader just dropped off some meat here. Somebody's going to have to bring it over to the other spot. So as far as setting up more trade routes, again, we're going to need some regional wealth for that. I'm going to need 25 to set up new trade routes, and I only have 4. But I did open a new trade route for the leather and then never actually started exporting it, right? So let's go back to that. Leather. So export the leather, and we'll keep, let's see, 50 in, about 40 in stock. Let's sell all the rest. That will bring in good money if it ever happens. It's just very, very slow because we've only got one family working the trading post. There's somebody off from the trading post to do some trading. Hopefully he's going off to sell some leather. No, he's transporting meat. He's taking the meat that was dropped off here over somewhere else, right? Why does it look like he's heading out of town? Oh, he may be going to pick up meat. All right, keeping an eye on this. This should be ready to harvest. Crop growth 100%. We're just waiting for the family to actually come over and start harvesting. I've seen them take their time doing that. Quite a bit of time in getting over here and making it happen. But what I've noticed is that if you unassign the family and then reassign them, that tells them to get their butts right over here and start working. So hopefully in unassigning and reassigning them, they'll show up soon and get to work. And again, I mentioned it last time, but yeah, all the farming families share the responsibility for all the fields here in town. So hopefully we'll get more than one family over here harvesting, and we'll get this wheat brought in pretty quickly. Anytime now, folks. Yes, I'm so proud of my beautiful church back there that I went to quite a lot of trouble to build. What the church doesn't do is put food in people's bellies. I wasted a lot of resources and effort in getting that church up and running at a tier 2 church. And people are starving as a result, which is probably not uncommon in history. Come on, farming families. I'm hoping that the rain stops before people come over here and start harvesting, because wheat left in the fields in the rain before it's brought into the farmhouse for threshing, that will rot. The wheat will rot, and we'll lose some of the harvest. Come on, families. Where are all the farming families? Get to work. I mean, we can actually find out where they are, but it won't tell us what they're doing or why they're not coming to work here. Ooh, that is a small family of only one person. And they're just waiting. Why is he just waiting? There's stuff to be harvested here. Okay, it's actually 2 people. They may be in their home, just sleeping. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah, sleeping and eating. Hopefully at some point. And now the farmer's going home again. Why are you going home? Just come and do some freaking farming, farmer. Your people are starving. Get to work. I've got more farmhouses here. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to unassign and reassign the family here and see if that kickstarts the harvest. Actually, I think I made a mistake in this. I didn't really understand how the farmhouse and field worked. I don't think you need multiple farmhouses. So I built one farmhouse for each field. I don't think I had to do that. I think we could have saved those resources and put multiple families in one farmhouse and have them all work all the fields in this area. As we wait, let's take a look at the some of the military stuff we got going on. So we've got 2 squads of 22 militia each. 2 militia squads, 22 in each. They all have spears and shields. I have plenty more men who want to be in the militias. I just don't have the spears or the shields, and I can't buy them or make them at this point because I don't have the resources to do that, which mainly involves regional wealth. I mean, we're at 4 regional wealth. I would probably need, 100 or so to get all the rest of these, to get these militias filled out up to their max capacity. And then this is your retinue. This is my retinue as Manor Lord. I have 5 heavily armored dudes who hang around town, and in terms of raiders or bandits, you don't really... Gosh, I can't believe this is just sitting here ready for harvest and no one is over here harvesting it and my people are starving. Please, someone come harvest this. If anyone understands this better and knows why I can't get farmers to harvest my wheat when it's ready for harvest, please let me know in the comments if there's anything I can do about this. It's early access. Maybe it's just a little bit buggy, glitchy. I can click the checkbox for immediate harvest, force early harvest. Maybe that will make people come over here. I've tried that before, and I don't know if it works or not. I was talking about the retinue, the Manor Lords retinue. They're heavily armored, and they don't move very fast, and when you ask them to move, they get tired very quickly. So if in terms of defending against bandits or raiders, you want to use the militia because they're much more maneuverable and don't tire as easily. The retinue is really just for defending against any attacks on the settlement itself. Are you coming? Please tell me you're coming over to harvest. Oh, she's walking into the field. Oh my gosh, finally she's harvesting. So maybe force early harvest is a good thing to have checked. I just got to remember to uncheck it when this harvest is done, so that they don't, harvest the next crop at like 35%. I think that's the earliest you can harvest it with an early harvest is 35%. Yes! Good job, everybody. You're gonna feed Peeps. Peeps gonna be eaten. Oh, it looks like a painting, doesn't it? So beautiful.
Gave the old ox a handful of month-old grub. He spat it in my face and tried to carve me a new nipple.
Well, that's an ox for you. Oxes are like that. Dude, get to work. Yo, Peter. Okay, Peter's just up and leaving. Okay. Peter's a bit of a lazy bum. At this point, I'm glad that it just rained a little while ago because I would assume that means we're unlikely to get more rain. We really can't afford to lose a single sheaf of this harvest. But again, yeah, this is going to take a while because even after it's all harvested, they need to bring it into. Oh, and they're supposed to be using an oxen now too, which they wouldn't use for the harvest, but they would use to bring this stuff in from the fields. It should make that part faster. See, now they're going to cart it into the farmhouse, and they're going to do the threshing in there. Which means we're almost ready to put someone on the windmill and the oven. So we should think about who we can take off of their duties to do that. Maybe one of the farming families, because that got harvested pretty darn quickly. Who else could I take off their duties? We could probably take the smithy off until stuff gets done. Oh, you could actually take the guy off the church. Now, the dude who's working at the church, he's not a priest. All he does is dig graves. So we can take him off the church and put him on the granary in a minute, or on the windmill, and then take somebody else off their duties and put them on the oven, the communal oven. All right, now see these dudes, this is something else I don't understand. This field is set to first year wheat, next year fallow. But it's done by year, not by, so they're replanting wheat. It should be done by harvest. So this should immediately go to fallow. And it didn't. And I'm going to let this one sit fallow for 2 years because it's down to 27% fertility. All right, so now this should be fallow, and they should continue to rake at it. They're just making it. No, they won't do that. That's right. They'll just let it lie there. All right, let's check in at the farmhouse and see how the threshing is coming. They've threshed nothing yet. Well, it looks like they've just threshed 1, 2. So they're turning the wheat into grain. We don't actually have any grain showing up yet, but we should momentarily. There's some grain. Okay, good. Now we've got 1 grain. Now I'm going to take the dude off of the grave digging duties at the church. And put him on the windmill. Whoa! Sorry. Overzoom. And then with someone working at the windmill, they will go over to the farmhouse, grab the grain, bring it back here, and turn it into flour. But they're going to have to walk over from the church. Here's somebody bringing over a load of something. Oh, hey. I think she's just making a pile of stuff outside the building so that someone can come with a cart maybe and pick it up. Or she's just putting it outside the building because it's done. It's grain. It's ready to be picked up. And now as soon as the grave digger, who's now the mill worker, comes over. Yeah, here he is. So Viet is our grain grinder, our milliner. And Barbara's helping out, part of the family. Okay, now that should be going along pretty quickly, which means we need someone on the oven for now. And who can we put there? We have no one working the clay furnace. Oh, we do have people. We have somebody working the mining pit? No, okay. We had someone working the clay furnace. I don't even know if there's any clay because we didn't have anybody working the clay pit. But regardless, we can take the person off the furnace and put them on the communal oven if I can remember where it is. Right here next to the... Oh, we already had somebody there. Oh, that was a waste of manpower. I meant to take that person off the communal oven when there was nothing to bake, but I left them there. I may have done that intentionally because they were working a market stall and they were needed at the market stall. But with no bread to sell, why do you need to be at the market stall? So I probably should have taken them off that duty. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, we've now got 10 flour. So as soon as whoever's working the communal oven gets off their butt, comes over here and picks up that flour, we'll be baking bread. Where are? Okay, one person's at it. He's bringing the flour to the oven. And then these two people are doing something else. Okay, they're coming to work now. Good, they're both coming to work now. So all three people will be over here baking. All three members of the family. Ah, man, the oven's not even fired up yet. Get to work. Your people are hungry. There he is. All right, Toman. Yeah, fire up that oven. Oh, I think he has to get water or something. Actually, it looks like we might have our first batch of bread. Yep, we do. We have one loaf of bread. Yay! So hungry. Yeah, we're getting a lot of... we're getting a lot of thumbs down because I've upgraded a lot of these plots to level 2 Burgage homes, and they have higher requirements. They want nicer stuff. Here, these are the level 2 homes versus the level 1 homes. Straw thatched roof versus shingled roof. Whoa. All right, this seems to be working now-ish. We'll get what? We'll get... it's a 1-to-1 transfer, so 14 flour will produce 14 bread, I believe. That's not a lot of flour. Ugh, and there's none left. See, these little fields, I think, are not the way to go. I think you got to go with the big fields. They take quite a lot longer to plant and harvest, but also produce more stuff. Let's just check in on these guys. The berries are being picked. Good. They are hardly touching these wild animals. There should be plenty of meat here now. Oh yeah, 11 meat here, which I would very much like to send over to the other settlement, but I'm not really sure how. Advanced trade. Oh, good. We've gotten our 6th family here in Eichenau, so we now have 6 families here, which means we can afford to assign people to all the things, like the granary. Let's bring some berries over to keep them a bit fresher than they would be in the pantry over at the forager hut. Or actually, no. We don't really need to do that. What we do need is somebody on the trading post, because we're going to set up some trades, hopefully. I guess the way it works is you just... we wouldn't directly barter with the other settlement here. Although I thought I heard someone say that was possible. I guess we'll just sell our excess meat and use... But see, that doesn't make sense either, because regional wealth is not shared. We have 364 regional wealth here, and there's no way to transfer it to the other region, as far as I can tell. I don't know. Maybe I just need to do a little more. I need to understand the processes here a bit better. But anyway, we've got a 6th family here. They've moved into this burgage plot. They should start putting some more vegetables in back here, which will have even more food. See, this settlement's going to be fine. 13 meat, 39 berries, eggs, and then I'm not sure what to do. I guess we'll have to import bread and apples and honey. We need development points to get those unlocked before we can build any of that stuff. I'm a little worried about our logging camp has been sitting here for quite a while, which means that the loggers are going farther and farther away to get the logs. And you can pick this up and move it without tearing it down. I mean, it does get torn down and rebuilt, but you can relocate it. The problem is we've got quite a surplus of logs sitting here, and all of these logs would have to be dragged over one by one to the new location, which would monopolize the ox. The ox would not be able to be used for anything else at that point. You know what we can do? Our poor ox is still sitting here at this hitching post. I think we're going to upgrade this to a stables. Which you can do somehow. We need 2 planks. We don't have any planks here. That's something we could do. Why don't we set up a saw pit here and start turning some of the timber into logs, into planks, excuse me. And since we're not actually trading anything now, I'm going to take that family off the trading post, and they'll be available to help construct the saw pit. We can upgrade these storehouses too, but I don't think it's necessary for a settlement this size. Still got plenty of room in the storehouse. Yeah, it's not even half full. Are you all coming to help build the saw pit? Good. Community rallies, they come together, they all work together to improve the community. It's so inspiring. Don't see that much these days. Hi, Christina. Christina has goats. She raises goats. And I know I said this a few times in the last episode, but, you know, forgive me if I don't... We could go to double speed or triple speed, but I don't like playing that way. It's such a relaxing game. I find it so relaxing to just hang out down here and watch everything. I do not want to speed it up. I'm sorry if that's boring for you. If it is, don't have to watch.
On and on.
Hi, Christina. Good job. Moo to you too. As soon as this is built, we can assign one of the families to this. Yep, good. Not the granary, the saw pit. Good. Now we'll start producing planks here, and then we can upgrade some stuff. And build a church, which is probably what we should be doing here anyway. Let's get that done. We may need planks for the first level church here. I don't remember. Yeah, we need 20 planks, so we can't actually build it yet unless we import the planks. Which again, wouldn't it be nice if we could just, we've got surplus planks over in Imarith. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just send uh, Eichenau some planks or trade them for the planks without having to go through the trading process? Anyway, so not much we can do here until we get 20 planks. So let's go back and check in on the bread production here in Imarith. So how are we doing on bread? We've got one bread. It's being eaten as fast as it's being produced. People are that hungry. There's no way we get a surplus of bread heading into the winter. I mean, unless both of these big fields come in. Unless both of these fields are harvestable before winter. Yeah, there's no way. These are each at about, what, 50-ish% growth? Yeah, 52 here, and this will be like 60 or something. 56. And it's already August, so we've only got September, October, November, 3 months of growth left this season. I don't know why these are growing so slow. There's pretty good fertility here. I mean, it's down to 40, but it started at like 50 something. And this one started up in the 60s, I think, down to 47 now. You know, it decreases gradually as the wheat grows, which makes sense. But yeah, that's going really, really slowly too. In terms of military, let's take a look at the military situation right here. So our opponent has claimed 4 territories. I don't know that he's defending any of them, but I have seen his armies roaming around, and he has had more than 100 men in his army. That's Hildebrandt van Berenruth is our opponent here. And he's had like more than 100 people in his armies, and at this point I only have 40 something, less than 50, and no ranged weapons. So I am not going to start messing with his, like trying to push him out of any territory. See, I'd really like to claim this territory, Zweo, back here, because that seems to that would fit in more with my plan. I'd like to have all 4 of these, and then he can have all 4 of those, and then I would just, try to strengthen my army enough to start pushing him back one territory at a time. I don't want to claim this territory because I'd be in between 2 of his territories, and he would have to try to evict me from there. Which we would not be able to withstand now with our current armies. And again, what's the only thing that's keeping us from having a bigger army is food. We just can't. We don't have the money to buy the weapons. Although maybe we could start thinking about making the weapons, because I believe, yeah, see, I could change one of these burgage plots to, I think, weapon production. Tailor's workshop, cobbler's workshop, joiner's workshop. Blacksmith workshop produces tools, spears, and sidearms, but that's going to cost money, I believe. Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Okay. So, shoot, I didn't even really look. What did we have going there? This is goats. See, if these guys were doing food back here, then it might not have been a good idea for us to change that. Oh, dear. Yeah, I'm still learning this game. There's still a lot I don't understand. These are big burgage plots here. This one is doing nothing right now, so maybe this one could also be, if I can afford it. Yeah, well, I can't afford another blacksmith's workshop. Oh no, I'd have to upgrade this first. What am I talking about? But at least we could get some vegetables growing back in there. Can't believe it. That's just been sitting there doing nothing this whole time. Derp. Then we should get an alert when the upgrade to blacksmith. The blacksmith upgrade is complete, so then we'll check back in with that situation. We're still making flour and bread. It's just being eaten as fast as we cook it. There are 2 bread here in storage. Nobody working at the granary because I can't afford it. I don't have the families for it.
Why do I have to carry this alone?
Maybe if you found a wife and made some kids, you wouldn't have to carry it alone, mister. I just love watching them
Something needs to not move.
going about their business, their daily lives. This is the blacksmith.
Just give me a hammer and something needs to not move. Gave the old ox a handful of month-old grass.
All right.
Spat it in my
So
face
what
and tried to
happens now with this blacksmith? So whoever works in this house or lives in this house is going to be working as a blacksmith as well, but I'm not sure how that works. Do I have to tell them what to produce? Because it offered me a choice of tools or weapons when I read the description, but I don't see any way to actually make that choice here. Maybe it just randomly spits out one of the 3. Is this... Okay, we've got goats back here. Hello, goat. Magically teleporting goat. Heinz. Heinz the goat. Are you having an argument? Yeah, you tell him, sister. Yeah, now she's telling... Dorothea's telling Grethlin all about her argument with Hans. 35 flour. Great. That means 35 bread. Eventually. We could assign another family to work in the communal oven to make this, turn this out a little bit faster. I gotta check the trading post, make sure we're not selling any of this food. I'm pretty sure I had exported a little bit of food in the first season when we had a surplus, but I think I've changed it all to import now. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So we're importing. I would like to have 10 honey. We have none. I would like to have 10 meat. We have 1. We have 11 berries, so we're not importing any of those. That's good. That means we should be saving a little bit of regional wealth now. I would like to have 20 bread. We don't have that yet because we're eating it as fast as it's produced. I would like to have 10 eggs. We only have 1. Vegetables, 2. Yeah, still hungry over here. But we are probably churning out the planks over in Eichenau. So let's check in with them. How many planks we got here? 25 planks. That's enough for a church. Where are we going to put our church? Where would you put a church? If you were a church, where would you want to be built? I guess right in the middle of town. Can I get a road through here? Possibly. Yeah, looks like we could. Wooden church. We have everything we need. Stone timber, and planks. Speaking of stone, I think this is going to constitute the last of our stone, and we're not actually mining any stone over here, so that's something we should do too. But again, this is where I got into trouble with the other settlement. Was, oh, we need stone? Okay, I'll set up a stone quarry. And then we assign a family to it. Now we need another family, so we build another burgage hut. Does that work? I guess that's going to work. But the road isn't quite connected. Okay. Good. And since we have enough planks, for now, I'm going to take that family off the saw pit and let them help construct the church. Which will be quite an event, I hope. Look at this growing community. Looks nice. Beautiful. It looks like our woodcutter's lodge, they have cleared out the spaces that we wanted them to clear out here. So I may move him. The thing is, if I move him now, that deconstruction and reconstruction is probably going to take priority over the church construction. Let's leave the church as it is. Or let's leave the woodcutter's lodge as it is, so that people work on the church. Come more rain. It's August already, man. And we've got... Oh, I didn't mean to do that, sorry. I wanted to... How do I get to a different village? Oh, nope, sorry. I mean, I know I can hit T to cycle through the regions, but... not enough supply. We have enough supplies for 1 month here. And there are 3 months of winter, I believe. December, January, February. Yeah. So people are going to be starving here in Imarith. Again. Have you ground all the grain? The grain is all ground. I can take this family off there and put them on something else. Where did I take the families off of? I took one off the church, right? Ooh. Yes, Imarith is a depressing little place now. Everyone's hungry. We still have no surplus bread. It's being eaten as soon as it's produced. Did I put a second family on the communal oven? Yes, okay. Yeah, and we're down to 25 grain there. And we've just spent 50 regional wealth importing food. Ugh. Let's go back to the happier settlement, where people aren't starving to death, and see how church construction's coming along. This church is quite an endeavor. They got to bring over the planks, they got to bring over the timber, they got to bring over the stones. See, we got... Oh no, actually, we don't have that many stones. We've actually depleted the stone quarry in Imarith. So I really do need to set up another stone quarry, or we're going to have no stone soon enough. And I guess we have enough families here to do that. And is it a rich stone quarry? That's the iron. Yeah, it's a rich quarry up here, so let's go ahead and get a mine set up. Stonecutter camp. And there's no hurry on this. I believe you just have to build it near enough. And that's pretty far from town, so that's going to take a while to be built. They got to drag that timber over there. Should we check in on the hunters and foragers here? Somebody back in here foraging? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are people back in here hunting and foraging. I just don't see them right this second. Look at how many deer there are here. To you too. Food-wise, they're doing great. They got 15 meat, 56 berries, 2 eggs, no bread, no apples, no honey. That's fine. No vegetables, which is surprising because I think we have 3 burgage plots doing veggies now. It just, it takes a while for them to grow and get harvested. Yep, these are not quite ready for harvest yet. And we got tons of firewood. I may actually give these firewood choppers a break. Let's do that for now.
Why do I have to carry this alone?
Because you work here. Because I'm paying you. Stop questioning my decisions. I think we're gonna give this guy a break and let him go help out with the church construction. Because we got tons of firewood for now. Considering the size of the settlement. 96 firewood will probably last at least a year. Why are the stones floating? Oh, that's why. Yes, well, I'm the Manor Lord. I get to tell you to bring this here, move that there. That's my role.
This is a veritable masterpiece of carpentry. Solid as a rock, twice as heavy.
Just give me a hammer and something needs to not move.
So weird. I mean, over the past, 30 years of gaming, how many churches have I built and how many city builders? I actually care about this church. I'm proud to see it being built, and I will be happy when it is completed. It's such a weird feeling.
We'll need to lift this beam to the roof.
This game is really special in that way.
Just give me a hammer and something needs to not move.
When I say happy that it's built, I don't even mean like in a personal achievement kind of way. I'll be happy for my community. I'll be happy for my friends Christina and Peter and Kunrad and
No, it should
Anna,
absolutely be placed over there.
who've all been working so hard to make this settlement a success.
Just give me a hammer and something needs to not move. Just give me a hammer and something needs to not move.
You're doing great, guys. It looks fantastic so far. Keep up the good work.
I'll go deaf from all that hammering.
Oh, sorry. The foragers have foraged all the available berries because it's now September, and there won't be any more berry growth this season. What we can do, though, is add an herb garden, which will serve as medicine. Man, we got 41 berries here. That's fantastic. Wish I could send some over to the starving people next door, but I don't know how to do that. Or I don't know if it's even possible. We now have 3 unassigned families over here. Great. Congratulations, everybody. It's a beauty. You did so well. I'm so proud of you all. Look forward to seeing you at Sunday prayers. Okay. Since nobody's working at this woodcutter lodge and there's nothing else to be done with it, why don't we shift it somewhere else where there's more readily available firewood in an area that we would like to see cleared out a bit. This is too close to the resources, too close to the berries and the game. I don't want to build it over here. But yeah, we'll just back it up a little bit. Here's good. Well, that's basically in the same spot that it is right now, so whatever. Yeah, let's see. Shift it a tiny bit over here. Yeah, that's good. It'll give all these unemployed families something to do too, now that the church is finished. I could put someone on the... Do I need someone on the saw pit? We have, plank-wise, we have 10 planks here. Yeah, let's put somebody on the saw pit, get a little surplus planks. Oh, no, you know what? We're still building that stone quarry, though. So, Oh, it's telling me that these goods are exposed to the elements because they're just sitting here. This is the remnants of the woodcutter camp we just moved. So those will be used to rebuild the woodcutters camp, so I don't have to worry about those. But yeah, instead of assigning someone to make planks, which we don't really need right now, let's just keep 3 families unassigned so everybody's working on getting this stone quarry up and running. Have we delivered what's needed there? Nope, we need 1 more, and it sounds like she's right behind me with the ox. Oh, she's heading back to get another timber. Yeah, that's a long trip. I wonder if I could shortcut through the woods. No, I can't. I'd go right through the hunting area. Oh, isn't it beautiful? Look, our cute little settlement, so pretty. Let's check in on the scarecrows over in Imareth. Are we getting close to any more fields harvested? No, because it's already September. Oh no! This field was harvested! Oh, great! Which means this one was too. They're harvesting it now. That's going to be a lot of grain and food. And bread. Let's get you off of there and put you back on the mill. Whew, we may have just saved the bacon here. 13 grain there. 15 in this farmhouse, ready to be threshed into grain. Well, wheat, I should say. So this is wheat, ready to be threshed into grain. 13 there, 15 there. None there, but there's probably a bunch here. 22 here, and they're not even done harvesting yet. So maybe these folks won't actually starve come winter, which is now only, a couple months away. Good work, everybody. I'm so proud. As Manor Lord, I approve of your diligent efforts in keeping this settlement alive this winter. And with the harvests being brought in and with a new church over in Eichenau, I think we will call it an episode here. And keep your fingers crossed for the coming winter. We may be okay. Stay safe, survivors.